Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast. It's the same as last time. It's another immediate reaction to the Doctor Who that we've just watched. I've stayed off Twitter, just like good old Uncle RTD said. Don't talk to anyone, don't watch it, don't do spoilers, no spoilers. He said he's going to mess with things. Now obviously, there is something definitely that he's messed with, but can I just say one thing? I've just got this. I finally managed to get one. Very happy, very nice. And it occurred to me the other day that this might just be the David Tennant Specials Sonic. And at the very end of the episode, the new Doctor is quite definitely playing with something that looks like a TV remote. So, let's not even beat about the bush. You've got your story, you've got the thing that messes with reality, and of course you need to discuss how exciting it is to have Mel back. But until I know better, I'm going to banish this into here. Yes, the ultimate crossover. Okay? So, story-wise, the Toymaker. I know I had that incredible rant about how it probably wasn't going to be the Toymaker and that it was going to be someone like the Lord of Fiction in order to have the character who's been with the Sixth Doctor appear here, because let's face it, on audio you've got two people, Mel and Ruth Madeley, appearing in the new story, but they hang around with the Sixth Doctor at Big Finish. This whole thing's going to mess up with Big Finish. I'll talk about the elephant in the room, the regeneration, the buy thing in a minute, the retirement. But I need to talk about the story. Story-wise, Neil Patrick Harris. My daughter just went, isn't that Count Olaf? Well, yeah, because he's Count Olaf disguised as someone trying to trick them. So basically he's playing Count Olaf. It's very good that obviously the business with the cards, because he is a trained magician. There is a TV series where he shows you around. It doesn't matter. The Celestial Toymaker storyline, the original one, wasn't great. No one really liked it. And this guy now has taken on the Eternals. He's taken on the Master with a gold tooth. Oh, was there Missy's hands? Probably. It would be nice to have Missy back. But then again, we have a whole Saxon thing going on. I really shouldn't have started this with my Disney hat on, because now my hair looks ridiculous. What I need to say is that it's finished. The laser business, the Avengers Tower, I know people will bang on about those, but it's just happened. And what we've had is 3 episodes, which obviously there was a whole, hey, let's find out why David Tennant came back with David Tennant's face. And the reason is, because he's going to retire? Because he's going to live happily ever after? That's A, going to mess with Big Finish. B, he's going to be based on Earth. Do you think during any invasion he's not want to go, I'll just help out? So, as my wife pointed out, there's also a David Tennant handy Doctor available in an alternative universe, so he's always going to be around in that sense. He's always going to be around in the sense that he's always going to be around retiring, which means you can't have any more new modern Doctor Who stories taking place on Earth because I'm not going to do anything. That's not going to work. We've had a story where the Doctor's left on Earth and he goes mental trying to just, fit in with the Matt Smith and the Power of 3, which was such a great story. I don't know how I feel about this, and I will do a roundup story where I talk about all 3 now that they've had a chance to sink in. I'm a much bigger fan of last week's story now that I've seen it a few times and let it sink in. But my initial reaction is, it's as if they went, right, we've got some great ideas, which is something RTD does well. The Stooky Bill thing, really nice. The original storyline with the thing. Oh my God, on Etsy tonight, I guarantee you're going to have Stooky's wife dolls coming into life. They are gorgeous. I want at least 2. Right, I want them now. I mean, as a Wednesday Addams fan and, a lover of the gothy type things, I need those toys. Right, I'm rambling, but that's what I've always done. How do I feel about the story? Not a big fan of the toy maker as a character. Somebody who's a bigger eternal force. Also someone who's ran away from a fight from somebody else who's clearly the big bad from the future. Possibly the boss from the Meep. Possibly a whole different storyline. It's not the Master. It's not one of the Eternals. It's not somebody else. Who you're frightened of. As a games player, did he actually take on, Fenric? I mean, there was lots and lots and lots of references to other stuff here going on. It was nice that Sablon fell over a whiskey bottle and died, but during the Spice Girls moment, did you not just feel that it was like watching the Derry Girls do it? Yeah, we've all done the miming to the Spice Girls. We have. We know you have too. Look, it had great moments. But that business with the 2 doctors and, oh my God, playing catch. All right, I'll put my hands up at this point and say, I can't catch for toffee. Never throw anything at me. I will fail to catch it. I will reach out my hand and I will go, and it will go straight past. The first thing you do is throw something off a building so that he has to try and catch it and then he dies. But no, we have to throw it to each other like an episode of Friends. That was frankly rubbish. When the laser came out and there was some bloke about to pilot it and point it, and I'm like, isn't it guided from the robots, from the computers in the other room? And, it's like, well, women can't fire weapons, said my wife in a sarcastic tone. Not me. I will say that now. And it was like, why is there a seat in a gun that's firing? What? It's meant to be fired into space. You wouldn't control it with a man in a seat. And then everybody dies, and then Kate Stewart. Everyone's just begun, but where's Osgood? All right, you've now got a wheelchair-accessible TARDIS. Will people go mad about that? I don't care, because I know for a fact that it's been wheelchair-compatible, I don't know, since the 6th Doctor's time, thanks to Big Finish. You know what? People will go a bit mad, but we don't care. It could have been a lot worse. There was a lot more things that Russell could have done with the mythology. And you know what? After the Timeless Child and finding out the Doctor's got an infinite amount of regeneration energy going on anyway, who cares? It's all buggered now. It would have been really nice if the 3 of them were walking off into the sunset and the Tenant Doctor in the middle then just faded away. But no, that's not what we had. That's not what happened. So that's my initial reactions. I'll come up with a much better, well thought out plot. But let's face it, I just wanted to share it with you and talk to you about this now. Do I like the toy maker? Not really. Did it look good? Mostly. The puppet business that looked like the opening titles of Man Down? I don't know. The Stooky Bill thing? Well, I did used to work at the Media Museum, so I kind of knew who it was. But I think I was largely alone. Have I been done by buying the new Sonic? Hell, I've bought all the others. I've even got Paul McGann's if I ever get round to painting it. So you know what? I can complain if you want, but that's not important. What is important is that we've now had the specials, and we know that there's going to be Christmas special with the new guy. And the new guy's going to be good. I wish he was wearing pants. Or if Tennant's character hadn't been wearing a shirt, because that would have made more sense with the splitting thing. That's fine. Right, I'm going to stop now, because I've rambled. Even more than usual. If you've joined me just for this sort of thing, thank you. I'll see you at Christmas. But if you're here for the big finish and you're here for the long run, I'll see you next time, where I'll probably be talking about Doctor Who. Actually, I think I'll be talking about Torchwood, because there's been another Ood story. Right, until next time, where I really should be wearing a hat, because my hair is an absolute state. Be seeing you. That was the Tin Dog Podcast. Everything discussed is the intellectual property of others. No infringement is intended.
For early access to reviews, follow the show on YouTube or Twitter @TinDogPodcast. To contact the show, email tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk. The Tin Dog Podcast is a founder member of the Doctor Who Podcast Alliance.